How are we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Byrd and my company is ILEG and Fusion Light Energy Gain Technology Screens. We're building a display for the panels. So that's what we're doing right now. Probably going to head out and probably get a couple more boxes. Depends on how much we're going to be able to do. Or if we need more boxes, I don't know. Alright, so we're going to use a gray screen to display for our setup. Already got 2 of them already built. Just coming in and getting the rest of them done. Piece it all together. I think I got enough glue. I think I do. It's gonna have some kind of display instead of using just a bunch of poster boxes. We need something that looks more like a wall than a bunch of poster boxes. So just need some for the time being, just to show it off. We got plenty of gray paint we made, so we're good. If we need more, we just make more, but I doubt we're going to need to make more. Always working on something. And I need to have this off in the background. That's copyrighted music. How many would that take to do? 4. It'll take 4 to do that one. 4 to build that. We don't even have the 4 to build that one. We'll have to go get it. I most likely probably do that on Monday. Alright, so I'm going to do this one, and this one together. I want to say one more, to tell you the truth. Definitely one more. And I'm going to need 2 smaller boxes, so that way we can put the panels on the 2 smaller boxes and just do it that way. So what we're going to do is going to make our screen this way. We're definitely going to pick up, I need 3 more, and we're going to put a little ledge here, here, and here, that we can set our panels right there, right next to the gray screen, and just show this massive difference between the gray screens and the new panels. So I think that'll be interesting setup to do right there. So we got our gray paint right there, plenty of it. That's the one we did with 16 ounces. It comes out pretty gray, light gray. That's 16 ounces of white and 1 scoop of black. Now, I know we already know from the door, some has dubbed themselves king of all gray paints out there, including they think they're over Goose Green, and Goose Green has been around a lot longer than you and me at the same time. So no, you do not have governor over all gray screen paint products. Get off that freaking horse at the end of the day. That horse is already taken off and gone off into the sunny side of whatever. And yeah, cut it out. Yeah, we got somebody at the end of the day who thinks he's king of gray. Yeah, that'd be Goose Green, because Goose Green was out before I came out. They have to get Goose Green, don't they? And then you got Mighty Brighty. You got Vox. Not is it Vox or VOX or something like that. There's a couple of companies that make great paints way before somebody. We're not gonna mention their name. We don't want them in the video, but you know what I'm talking about. And they're carrying on and acting up. Grow up. All right, what do we need? We need 1, 2, 3 more of those, and 2 of the small ones. So, yeah, sure, I got in charge for the camera. I gotta leave it out. I'll be back. What Sam Hill are you going to? I gotta find cords and cables. They're going absolutely nowhere. So I'm going to the mailroom, because in the mailroom we got stocks in there. If I need something, I'm going there and get it. There we go. Get you guys on the charge. I'll be right back. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. If the camera falls over, you can blame it on Taco. Good Taco will start a fight with you, and he will. If you fall over, he's going to be the one to knock you over. Chance he doesn't mess with the cameras too much, but there's a good chance he probably will. So, he's over here chilling, staring at the clouds. He is literally over here staring at the cloud system. Like a lot of you not, he is literally staring at the cloud system. He's a funny cat, I'll tell you. He likes the cloud system. He's in there staring at it. He's like, I'm gonna put a screen in there. I gotta put a screen in there. We make this visible stuff. I gotta put a little screen in there for him, so he can watch his birds. I'm gonna put a screen in there for him. Here's his little screen. We'll get a little piece of our plexi, and we'll code it, and we'll put a projector behind it, so that we can watch his birds. I think we're gonna do that for him. Right, Taco? So I need one, Dad. You make all this stuff. What about me? What about me? I got you. All right, let me go grab this. Got keys on me. Going to the mailroom. We can't show you that because, again, right now as we speak, we probably got one of the weirdos on our freaking one of the stalkers or weirdos on our channel right now. They can't resist. Every time our freaking stream pops up, I told you, I showed you that. I'm gonna find that video. I literally can check who our subscribers are, right? Everybody can do it. Check who subscribers are. He is actually on our, he's subscribed to our channel. He is on there, literally. This is so far back, this is where he was using Spawn, you know, a Spawn character as his profile picture. Yeah, he's on our account. We have him on our account. We're not on your account because there's nothing to do over there. Why would I even waste the time besides? I'm too busy. I work too much. Anyway, in the world. One of the channels I go to is my MSR and everybody else doing something positive, but I don't waste any time over there. All right, let me see. We're good. We're good. I got my phone on me just in case I got my outside calls coming in. Oh, phone's on me good. All right, cool. We'll pick it up. You want my attention? I'll be back, fur boy. I never. Yeah, kind of. Well, Stan's still there. Wow, they didn't pick a fight with it. That's good. Oh. They didn't pick a fight with Stan. Oh. Okay. So these are dry. Those are dry. All wound. Back to you. Dry. And these are dry. Alright, cool. And more. You repeat. Tell remember, no mischief. We're not in the area we're working at. Take your milky moots over here. Thank you. Appreciate it. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a gray wall, or gray screen, pretty much same thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to make little ledges on it. So that way we can take our surface and put it directly against the gray screen to show the massive difference between our technology and a gray screen. Also too, white screen also. So you get another surface that velcros over top of that, and that will be the white surface right there. Thinking my office is a mess. My friend, the attorney downstairs, she was like, no. My desk is more crazy. She's not joking. Her desk is more crazy than mine. I'm like, wow, nice desk. Yeah, because if your desk is messy, that means you're getting it in. Getting that work in. My desk is insane. Here's my desk over there. She came up, she saw all the computers. She's like, you built all those? Like, yep, all those machines over there. Yep. My babies. I'm not going to go into the whole discussion about them because, again, we got people at the end of the day. I don't feel like singing about cracking books. Uh-oh. How dare he start off with the upside down furry face? You know what you're doing over there. You stop it. How dare you. Wow. That's taco for those you don't know. Yes, sirree. My little bundle fur blossom of freaking blessings over there. Yes, sirree. Can you imagine that? The people who dislike me basically try to taunt a cat. You do know where that cat came from, right? This is what I find interesting. When we talk about getting blessings, and people don't care because they serve Satan, they don't care when you tell them about blessings. They don't. And then later on in life, when things come down on them extremely hard, these are the ones that will be on their knees crying out to God when they have touched someone's blessings. Like I said, people talk a lot. Atheists will sit there on a plane and talk a whole lot of trash. Let a wing pop off that sucker. He'll be the first one of the hour, praying his brains out, asking God to save his life. You'll believe in something. Because when your plane's going down, you better believe in something. But anyway, God forbid that happens. And then you see how people say, God forbid that happens, because God controls all things. Only God knows. Stuff like that. So, you remember that. When time comes and things are rough, you remember that you try to snatch a blessing away from a Christian. Just like the scenario I talk about the bike, you know? You got to get into their head sometimes, because sometimes they don't understand. But, you know, it's not for you to get them to understand. It's for God to get them to understand. And God will get you to understand. You will learn. Yes, you will. I did. I learned the hard way. I definitely took the hard way. Everybody else, some people in my family got it the easy way. I said, yeah. Kenny took the hard way. I definitely took the hard way. Definitely. So, better late than never, right? That's the way I see it. I tell you one thing, once I did learn, I ain't never forget as long as I live. Ain't that right, Mr. Taco Bear? Taco Bear. Oh, his girlfriend must have just came in. Anytime he stands like that, there's a lady on board. Look at him, getting all puffy chest. You want to comb? Comb out your hair so it looks a little bit more presentable for the lattes. That's funny. That was very funny. But anyway, yeah. So we're going to build this. So, again, we don't get people who want to get a little upset and angry and bitter about this video. You don't make all gray screen paints. You don't. And I was making them a lot longer than some people. We're going to talk about the one who started it first. I don't know, to tell you the truth, honestly, but I do remember Goose Screen was there. And there was the whole YouTube paint thing. We'll never know who made that one. No one knows. But I do know at that particular time, there was a lot of people making so many different mixtures of gray paint. It wasn't even funny. Like, so many people had all these different ideas on the best gray screen paint out there. So it was a lot of people making it. And keep in mind, we didn't have the 4K P2 and Epson Ellis 800 projectors. Like, we didn't even have ambient light projection technology. We didn't know that. Nope. None of that indeed. So if you saw a screen with a light on in the environment, that was a big thing back then. Now today, like, please, come on, man. That's old. If you saw that back then, because I remember when it was the Galaxy G something. It was a projector that came from overseas. It was actually a really good one too. Galaxy. I gotta look it up. I wonder if I can still find one of those. I'm gonna buy one of those. We gotta buy one. I remember these projectors. They were these projectors that came up from China, and these projectors were really good. They were actually really good. As a matter of fact, they were popular around the time when the PlayStation 3 was out. That's when they were popular, because a lot of people were pairing them with their PS3s with them, and they were gaming off these. These like a cheap projector. It was like something like $120 projector, and it was actually pretty good. It was really good. It was LED. And the lamps were really, really cheap with them. They came with like 2 little lamps that came with it. It was a pretty big projector. It wasn't like a small one. It was about the size of that box. It was big. Big lens on it. The lenses were glass. They were actually glass lenses. Can you believe that? HDMI ports, the whole 9 yards. But they were fantastic. I'm going to see if we can find one. Galaxy something. But I know one was called the 737. And it was the 747. 747. Yeah, projectors. They were really good. And, at that time, you've seen some people on YouTube. They're on white screens. And it really wasn't about gray screens at the time. It wasn't even really about anything. It was about having a giant screen in your bedroom. And a lot of the gamers were hooking up these massive giant screens in there. And they're taking these projectors. Didn't make a difference. You were in the dark enough. It was the fact you just had this monster screen to game off. No one really cared about color or contrast or any of that stuff or having the lights on. It was just about gaming on this great big giant screen. And that's what everybody wanted, the giant screen to game on. So that's when people started buying these different types of projectors, and they were just in the room displaying these massive giant screens to game on. So everybody had white screens. That's not everybody had white screens pretty much. And later on, I don't know where it started from, where it came from, but eventually this gray paint popped up out of nowhere. And everybody just started making all these different mixtures. There was so many form sites on gray mixes. It was unbelievable. Now, some people had tutorials on showing you how to make your own. And some people sold them. And that's how it was. It was a mixture of that. So apparently, when he was doing it, because I was in it longer than he was, because when I came in, he didn't exist. It was the only screen I heard at the time was Goose Screen. That was the only one I heard. It was a gray screen. It was out. It was Goose Screen. And everybody on every form site was trying to be like Goose Screen. Everybody was following their design. You know what I mean? You had to do all these different up and down robot formations, and you had to wait till the walls were sanded down perfectly flat, because then the imperfections were pushed through, and there's like a whole lot of rules behind the gray paints. So every form site was trying to be like Goo Screen. Every screen paint was trying to be made like Goo Screen because it was a black diamond of screen paints at the time. So get into that. Wait a minute. Get into that. That's what everybody was trying to do. So when I came on, I did the opposite. I saw everybody in the forum site. I watched everybody. I went to different websites and watched how they sold and what they talked about their product. And everybody had a whole lot of pictures. And I thought to myself, there's a lot of pictures. It's not a lot of videos of anything. Even the big companies don't even have a lot of videos, a lot of pictures. So we did the opposite. We made a whole lot of videos. That's why we have all these videos on everything you can think of on gray screen paints. Drywall, different colored surfaces you can paint on. Can you paint on orange peel? Can you paint on a cardboard box? Can you paint on drywall, different types of surfaces? Can you paint on vinyl? Will it crack? Will it peel? All that stuff. It's weatherproof. We did all that stuff. So that's how we ended up getting on the map. That's why everybody was following Goo Screen and going by the tradition of the up and down Roman formation. We were doing stuff like different directions, and that's why I took my hand and I ran it through the screen, because at the time where Danny made that comment about saying, well, we're not going to run our fingers through the screen, you didn't understand what that demonstration was about. And that shows clearly you were going back and checking the research on where I started from and basically copying what I was doing. That's what you were doing. So anyone that would know that I took my hand and ran it through a screen, that was at a particular time where on a Goo Screen, if you were basically took your finger and you did this, you would have damaged the screen. You would literally have to do the same process all over again and start again from 1 all the way up to 3 or 4 or 5, how they have it. Well, they got it at 3 now, but you have to go higher than that, probably 5 or 6 to do it. So you couldn't touch the screen at all. Even when the screen was already painted, it took somewhere between, I think, 6 hours or 24 hours to cure. So there was still liquid coming from the screen. So you couldn't touch it or anything. It had to stay there on the wall. God forbid if your kids touch it, it'd be damaged. It took 6 months for the screen to properly dry. The video's right there on YouTube. You can watch it, how to paint a Goo Screen. It literally tells you. Now, the way they got it now is much easier, much faster. Much easier as an application. But that's how it was back then. So everybody was following that same guideline. If you want to sell your product, you know what I mean? You had to be like Goo Screen. And we did the opposite of Goo Screen. And that's how we got noticed. And that's how we ended up getting this contract. And that's how we got all the customers and everything. Because we went on and did it in an hour or less. Now, I know an hour sounds insane. But back then, it was 6 hours. 6 to 4 hours of painting a screen. And literally, because most of it was sanding. And we did it in about an hour. So that was a big thing. Being able to take your hand and run it over and chop the screen, foolproof, so easy a kid could paint it. Yeah, that was way back then. Because back then it was like a bit of a pain and a nightmare to paint the screen in. We did paint over any surface without priming. Stuff like that. So yeah, that's the stuff that we did. And that's way before any of them ever came out. So if you go back and you check in our archives, you'll see exactly between the timestamp date when we were doing it and when they were doing it. So when we're doing visible technology, they think we just started visible. No, we did visible technology 10 years ago on a QME projector at 300 lumens in a room. So, we can go back and show that. We've been doing this for quite some time. When someone says that they're an expert in the field, kind of hard to be an expert in the field if if I go on your YouTube channel and I start typing up random stuff and I can't find anything in there. Nothing at all. Can you tell me anything about a 235.1 setup? Can you tell me how to do a 235.1 to gain a 16.9 and 235.1 within the same setup of that particular screen setting? You can't tell me any of that stuff. So guess what? You can't help me at all. And if I come and ask someone like, hey, look, commercial environment, I'm in an office setting, don't want to change the projector, don't want to calibrate, don't want to be stuck in a dark environment, so forth. What do you got for me? And I need to be to receive a 100% contrast level. What are you going to tell me? Usually most people will say, well, look, you're going to have to spend money for a projector because in order to advance your contrast levels, you're going to spend money for higher contrast levels in order to pick up that 100% black. Now, if you clearly said 100% black to a customer while knowing you had a gray screen, you're liable for a lawsuit. Why? Because that's not possible. You're going to have to prove it. So if the customer buys your paint and says, okay, you said 100% contrast, and they're doing a star-filled dome on a projector mapping application, and you say in the comment, they say, look, I'm using projector mapping, hardware, equipment, that's what we're using. Is it going to be able to pick up on a black level? And you say yes, you committed consumer fraud that fast. You can't do that. I get you in trouble, a lot of trouble. Let's say that company buys a lot of your stuff, They go paint the dome in. They set everything up. They get the equipment in. You ever set up projector mapping equipment? I have. I know exactly what it takes. That stuff is a bit of a interesting task to go through when you set that stuff up. But anyway, they go through the whole process, set everything up, and they hit it, and the laser can't read a black level off your screen. Mind you, they probably, chances are, a dome, they probably brought in professional painters to paint the whole inside and everything to get it ready for that. So that means you cost them time and money. And time and money means going to court. That's what it means. So you'll find yourself in court, and the judge is going to ask you, can you show me any test on this product that proves that it does what it does? Because you got to fight your case that it does work, and they're going to say it doesn't. If you don't have the test, you're in trouble. You got to pay up. Got to pay up. So again, on top of that, it goes on court records. So once it goes on court records, it goes public domain, which means if anyone's doing a background check on your company, it's going to pop up. So it's best to basically do it right. Going through the humiliation of it all. You know, if you're in it to not take it seriously, you're doing it as a hobby, at the end of the day, then this is what you do. You give it away for free. You give it away for free, and then no one can sue you. Because, you know, you're saying, hey, look, it's for free. You know what I mean? It doesn't do, you just have to tell the truth. It doesn't do this, it doesn't do that, you know, pinch your own risk. That's different. No money exchange hands. So, it's not considered to be consumer fraud because no money exchange hands. So, majority of most of the people, if we go to test your stuff based on your specifications, I guarantee we can get half of you on consumer fraud. Because you can't say that you're reading a black level when technically you're not. Black is not gray, it's the same thing. So, you know, that's how it works. Three containers of clothes. Every time it comes down to me, something, you can find it. You need it, you can't find it. Why? Ugh. It's like all my time looking for stuff. Here we go. I know I bought some more. Always the same thing. Every single time. We don't want it, we find it. It's all over the place. Go look for it, it just totally disappears. So, that's pretty much it, yeah. Just like Epson did. Epson went in and sued several projection screen companies because they lied and said things that weren't true, and they were challenged in court over it, and they lost because they couldn't back that claim up. So, I don't know how they fixed that with consumers. Maybe they paid out some money to some of the people who first bought that projector when it came out. But, no, you can't go do that. Now, if that pretty much rains on your picnic at the end of the day, that you think that you're going to come out on YouTube and splash some items together and make a product and make a profit, remember, you run the risk of bumping into somebody like me. Go to a forum site, you'll definitely bump into a lot of people like me. And we're the kind of people that will get your stuff, bring it down, read through your specification sheets. We know what we're talking about. We can go into a courtroom. We know what we're talking about when it comes to setups. And we'll say, hey, look, we even send you out an email. I send people emails all the time and say, hey, look, I'm on your product here. Before I make this purchase, I want to know, is it going to give me a 100% black level? Can I run this? What time of the day can I run this outside? Because I'm not seeing a specification sheet. What's your magic hour of this screen producing? These are questions we'll ask you. And if you say something incorrectly, we'll ask you again. We'll repeat it the second time, just in case you made an error or mistake. If you repeat the same thing back, we'll go purchase the item, bring it down here for testing. People will do this to you to test your products and make sure they work. If your product fails, then bottom line is the next stage is to take the research the email conversation that they have and bring it before the courts. And you'll be charged with consumer fraud. Now, one thing I see is that usually when they talk about that contrast level, they do a lot of demonstrations in the dark when they talk about contrast. That's what I told customers at the end of the day, that anytime you see somebody talking about contrast level, especially on the screen, you know it's great. Come on. I don't know where people... It's just hard to understand that one. It really is. For me to even process it. Like now we got black screens. Back then we didn't even have black screens. And if you had a screen that was like a charcoal gray, it was considered to be black. Because there were no black screens at all. So that's what's considered to be black. And gunmetals can literally make that claim because again they were darker than the charcoal. So they can literally make that statement that they have somewhat black screens. But now you have physical black screens now. So you really can't make that statement anymore. It doesn't hold anymore. So now today, having more darker technology, gray screen is still describing itself as pulling that 100% contrast level. And again, can't explain enough, it'll get you in trouble. Gotta tell the truth. Right there. How well can you back it? If you got cancellations, we're watching cancellations push through on our accounts. Coming back, money coming back to us, that automatically tells us you can't back the product. That's a huge, major red flag. And guess what? Cancellations can be used against you in court because it can show you cannot back your product. If you get in a courtroom, you say you back your product 100% and they pull cancellations on you, a lot of them, especially if you've been crying on receipts, you're doomed. You're doomed on so many levels. It's not even, your attorney will walk out of that courtroom. How are you going to back that up? It's your cancellation. These are transcripts that are coming from PayPal showing that there's money being transferred back to the accounts because they can't process the order. And we literally have transcripts that say from PayPal that when they sat on an order, we requested for the item to be shipped. They could keep the money and they chose to give the money back. There's a transcripts on that. For those people who did that, you know that, right? We can get the transcripts of the conversation we had back and forth saying they could keep the money, and your transcripts on the other end of whatever you said, we can have them get those documents. That's why I said, I think the best idea I think I've come up so far is basically sending your attorneys out to paint so they can test it for themselves. So if you made a claim that our product came up that dark, we'll send it to your lawyer. You can't see your case in no time at all. They'll reach out to us, give them a nice apology, and that'll be it. Well, that won't be it. We know it won't be it. You know what's going to happen next, right? We'll hit you with a heavy lawsuit. I mean, we can hit you for whatever we want, because in the day we can win it. We know that. Doesn't make a difference if the well's not deep enough. That really doesn't make a difference on how much money you've got. They're just going to stack you in liens. They can hit you with $100 million. It can get bad. You have to be to prove it. If it goes to a federal court, they can literally hit you with a $100 million lawsuit. That is a lot of money. A lot of money. And they could do it. It doesn't make a difference. You don't have the money or not. They don't care about that. What they care about is whether you can back it up to keep that from getting hit with that. So, again, yeah. And we expected $100 million? No, heck no. No. No, never think that. If a company sues you for more than what you're worth, never believe that they expect to get that from you. No, they're just going to bury you in a ton of debt. That's what they're going to do. They're just going to destroy your life. That's what they'll do to you anyway. That's all. They know they're not going to get that money. They don't care about that. They're going to wreck your credit score and everything else. Or red flag every bank on the face of the planet that won't touch you with a 10-foot pole because you got this massive, huge lien over top of you. Heck, you couldn't get anything. Nothing. There's nothing you can get. You're literally, pretty much, you're a ghost on the planet. That's what you are. You would never be able to surpass that freaking debt. It'd be virtually impossible. And it collects with interest on top of that, which makes it even worse. You would red flag even overseas. Couldn't get a credit card, can't get a bank account, can't get jack. You don't exist. You're kind of like been reformed back to a child. When a child's born, they have nothing. No footprints, nothing. Your carbon footprints literally gets erased. That's what they do. I know you can't pay that. People start laughing about, yeah, it's suing me for freaking like 80,000. I don't have 80,000. Good luck on collecting that. They're not worried about collecting. They're going to damage your credit, damage everything, so you can't get touched. You'll be flagged. So you're going to go apply for a bank, and they're going to check your credit report, and it's going to pop up. You owe $80,000 in a lawsuit. You can't. They won't touch you unless you go to no. Even a loan shark won't even give you that kind of money. No, they won't even touch you. You won't have anything at all. Period. A homeless guy would literally have a better chance of getting a credit card than you will. Without a home, literally. That's how bad it would be. That's why a lot of people, when they get hit with a suit like that, they try to file for Chapter 11. But even Chapter 11 will deny people if it's too big if it's way too much. They won't touch you. I don't know what to do. You have to live off. You have to live off somebody else. You have to live off somebody else's credit. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it to survive. And you have to explain to that person at the end of the day, look, I got $100 million lawsuits that I got sued with, and I don't have anything. That's literally what it's designed to do. So you'll be working for them forever. Which means if you get a job, which you can get a job, anyone can get a job. But hey, okay, let them have this fun. You'll be garnishing your paycheck. You'll be paying them forever. And every time you look up on your check and you see the money they take out, you'll be reminded that you will always owe them forever. That's messed up. So when I get people who sit there and say, oh, I don't have to worry about it, I'll never pay it. No, it'll haunt you until you die. Good thing about it is, once you do die, at least it dies with you. Because at one point I heard it was so that if you're married, the spouses would inherit that nightmare. But no, it cuts off with you. That's why I said if you have kids who have like you name a child after you, yeah, they better use Junior from here on in for the rest of their life. Because if anything comes up and they sign anything without that Junior attached to it, separating the two, and they hit them with God knows whatever, it's a headache to try to clean that up. Because they don't want to hear it at the end of the day. They really don't want to hear it. And if you say, hey, that's my father, so and so and so, you're going to have to literally get him to come in and admit that. And yeah, it'll mess you up. Yeah, that's why I said, man, if you're naming your kids after you, man, you better do good by them. Because whatever you do at the end of the day, it's just going to wreck them in the process. If you're that type of person. All right, let me see. So we're going to start the process of gluing. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'd rather paint them one by one and then glue them together, which would be much easier. Then I won't have little crack areas to try to get into. We don't want that because that's a bad pain in the neck. Every time I do one of these, that's one of the things I have to go through. So we'll just lay our screens over here, and we'll just coat them one by one and go with that on the door. So yeah, that's why I put that in there. People think it's a joke. I've been in court and I've seen people get sued for just about everything under the sun, and it is bad. So that's why I said you do not want to end up in that situation. It's a bad deal to go through, man. Do it by the book. Do it right. Don't cut corners. None of that nonsense. You don't have to worry about, going through that crap. Alright, we got our box made right here. That's the first one we got done right there. Let's get the paint out here too. Nice Joker. What are you doing, Joker? Always up to something, aren't you, Joker? One of his other names he has is Joker. The Joker's always doing something. Wrong species. Jeez. Alright, let me see. Try to keep the place organized. Get this done. We're going to be using our screen paint. This is one we made before. Let me bring our lights on so you can see this. hate was getting electrocuted by the dreaded rug. Simple, easy, one coat application. Oh, glue. Bitches glue. Yep. I use old boxes. Should have got the new ones, but it makes no difference. That's glue. We'll go back over it again anyway. He said, she said, he said, he said. And glue it again. And I'm using the old roller. My roller's a little crusty, but makes no difference. We're using a crusty roller. That's what we're using. You know, the one that's hard in the middle or whatever. The paint dried. But it still works, right? It does. I have literally, when people say, oh, but you gotta have a roller in, I've done all this stuff. You gotta have a roller, certain kind of roller. I literally beat somebody's screen by painting the screen with a sock. Took the sock. Are you talking about embarrassing people? I've embarrassed people so badly. They have left form sites. This guy was in there talking all this trash about how you gotta have these high-end expensive rollers and all this crap. I'm like, man, that's a bunch of nonsense. You can paint with anything. And still, I mean, you might not get the whole image, but still, at the end of the day, I mean, I could get a better screen than you could. I paint with my sock. That's what I did. I took my sock off, painted it in, and beat the screen. Yeah, I'm used to this stuff. I've been doing this stuff for years, challenging people. So, it ain't nothing new. Took a sock off and beat someone's screen. You gotta leave the room after that one. You can't come back in after that one. That's a beat down. I'll use my sock. Now see, this is the part that kills me. When... What's going on with that? Do something in it. You don't need this. I gotta saturate this area right here. Right here, it's bugging me. That's saturated in there. Here we go. In fact, it's giving something back to the surface I don't want to see. Something previous or whatever was on here. There we go. That's better. But yeah, that's the part that gets me. You know what I mean? That you'll have people talk trash, and then when you beat the living crap out of them, it's something. Now they mad at you. Now you're a bully. You're all these things at the end of the day. Oh, I hate the Karen culture. That's a fantastic word right there. The Karen culture. Unbelievable. We'll write checks and run. Like, wait a minute, I'm going to cash your check for you. Where you going? That kind of nonsense. Come on, man. Don't write checks if you're not ready to get them cashed. So that people will cash your check for you. Yes, they will. The cash should check for you and throw the change at you. So don't write checks you can't cash. I hate that, man, all the time. Voila. Voila with our paint. What do we call this stuff right here? We call this paint's called the 2.0. Whatever it's called, something. Anyway, that's done. Whoa. Always on my mind, in your soul. This song stuck in my head. You're my inspiration. All right, there we go. Come on now. My brothers, two of my brothers run ball. They play basketball. Every time we go on the court. Always got that one guy. Always talking so much trash. And that's when you got to dunk on. Like, I mean, lean into, jump, come down on top of them like an avalanche and just boom, all up in their face. And they just be sitting there looking around, looking up at you over top. I'm like, yeah, I thought. They ain't talk too much trash. Both two of my brothers played for college. So they don't tell people they play for college. They never do. They get on the court and they play the floppiest you would ever see them play. They can play. And they do it all the time. They like to open up the door to find the trash truck. Who talked the most trash up here? Oh, he does? All right. He'll play sloppy. And then, man, they will beat the daylights out of you out there. And one of their favorites is to just come down on top of you. Just, you know, when you got the junk slammed against somebody's face. And you just hear like, bam! You're just looking over top. I'm like, and? Huh. And then when you think that they coming inside all day long, they say, we can play outside too. Let's play out in the back. Let's play outside the fence. And they just start dropping threes on you from boom, boom, boom. Yeah, they play college. Yep. Or you don't want us coming in. You don't want us coming in. All right, we won't come in. We'll stay outside and play. Yeah, and they would be dropping threes on you. So they can do inside. Yeah. And then they team up and they do this whole transformer thing where they know how to pass the ball. Yeah, you're screwed. You're screwed. I watch them. I laugh out there all day long. It's funny to watch. It's funny because they play for college, and then my sister ended up marrying somebody. He paid for college too. And they were all three of me out there running. I played some, but not like on their level. I don't play on their level. Now you notice how I'm having this conversation with you, right? And I do this all the time. The screen is drying. Somebody said about uneven. I hate that word so much in painting. Uneven. What's going to happen? You're painting on a slant. Like were we painting with cement? That if we do it like cement would give you uneven surface, not paint. Really? Where get these dumb ideas from? I heard that nonsense, as I told you before, when they were out there painting those screens. I heard that nonsense about the uneven surface and texture and all that stuff, man. That's just mumbo jumbo. That's something they tell you at the end of the day. They try to make it seem like it's something technical to it. That's bull crap. That's utter bull crap. Show me this uneven surface. I would love to see this. Only uneven surface you're going to get is whatever you're painting. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to keep from jacking my pants up too, because I do this every time. I always jack up my new stuff. But you're not going to uneven surface. Dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Who comes up with this stuff? I guess people are trying to sell their product off to make it seem like it's more than something what it is. They'll tell you some dumb nonsense about some uneven surface. The surface is going to be uneven. That's the only thing that's uneven. Is the surface. That's it. Because we got to glue them together right there. That's why. That's the only thing that's uneven. Make sure I got this right on here too. Because I had this hard part on my box, on my roller, with the crusty parts. There you go. Now, if you think at the end of the day that what we're painting here has anything to do with trying to prove a gray screen, no, it's not. So put something as a background. I put my new screen on. basically I can show my screen beating the crap out of this gray paint. That's pretty much it. This, what are you going to do with it? We can't even use it here, which will show you. We can't even use it here. Yeah, right. What are we going to use this for? What are we going to use it for? What are we going to use it? What are we going to do with it, huh? What are we going to do with it? What are we going to do? Nothing. Nothing. We're going to do nothing. Because it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. I'm scared to have this thing around my screen. They have black screens in here. I'm afraid this thing to touch something and damage my stuff. Let me see. Can't do anything with this. Can't do anything with that. More work. Oh, look it up. We just need something for the background for stuff on this off. That's 2 right there, already done. That's why I said at the end of the day, for you great screen paint makers who like to come in here and watch our videos, again, you're not the king of gray screens, you're not. I really don't have the time to entertain you, I don't. But if you do have a website and you are selling products, I'll stick that nightmare on you, that absolute black on you. You see that thing goes to a gray screen. I'm still going to get 10%. I bet you give me back my money. I bet you. I can never understand that. It's like between 2 fighters. And one fighter is always game, always ready to fight, no matter what. He don't care. Win or lose, he's going to fight. The other fighter at the end of the day just talks a lot of trash. That's all he does. And then he gets offended when he knows he can't back himself up. And then the other fighter at the end of the day is going to say, okay, let's do this. Let's go in the ring. Let's go fight. And the other one's making up all these excuses why he can't do this and can't do that. But yet get offended over the fact that he feels that he's been assaulted and he's been bullied even though he called on the fighting. That's you guys. That's what y'all guys do. I know. I've got a history on the blacklist of showing you guys shutting down pages and all kinds of stuff left and right because you don't back yourself up. So what happens if Black Diamond, one of those big companies, come against you? Then what? What do? You can't surpass their stuff. All right, there we go. Leave it at that. But don't cry about it. This is what you do. Roll up your sleeves, make something for us to crush, and then basically stop. I've seen the way you guys make products. I've seen your demonstrations. You don't have what it takes. I can tell you right from the door. If you did, you'd still be here. You'd have something by now. You don't have what it takes. I can see that. I sat there in a timeline. I've watched you guys make your products, paint your screens in, your demonstrations, all that. You don't challenge yourself. I'm literally building a halo system for my projector to kill the lumen count. I put projectors outside in the way of sunlight. You don't do that kind of stuff. You cut corners as much as you possibly can to try to make your product look like something that is not. You built your kingdom out of a glass house. And you come with catapults full of rocks. I'm going to destroy you. You're not made for it. That's like a fighter with a glass jaw. You're not built for it. The glass kingdom at the end of the day. Yeah, that'd be the one. Have a whole glass kingdom. All soldiers made out of glass. They'd be the main ones talking all the trash. Yeah, come on, bring it. Bring it. Yeah, right. That's a perfect way of putting it. They live in glass castles. We carry catapults with rocks. Yeah, we would destroy you. And there's no point. Literally, I said that on camera. We would destroy you. Your product work, I wouldn't have cancellations over there. You literally gave me the white flag. When you give me a cancellation, you have given me a white flag. That's what you've done. So now that we got your white flag, that's the end of it. There's nothing more to talk about. Now, the reason why people say, why do you bring it up? I bring it up because they're in my room. They come in my room all the time. The weirdo's always in my room. He's always in there. He takes pictures of me in areas that the only way you'd be to take those pictures at is that you're actually in the video feed. He's that weird. Do I spend time? No. Why would we go there? There's nothing going on in there. Like, literally. The first time I went in there and I saw one of his videos, I was like, oh, he's one of them. I've seen those people before. They get on there, high power projector, dark environment, talk a lot of trash, I'll back it up, do very little testing. That's none. And that's pretty much it. Get the products down there, test it, nothing more than house paint, no way to back it up. have all kinds of policies on how you can't return the item in any way whatsoever, just in case they get caught or busted. They're probably actually matching something, then they don't want to match. You know, stuff like that. You know, I'm used to I've been around those. You're not the first one. I've actually, in the years I've timeline, I've been doing this. I have bumped into so many different forms of screen paint makers. It's not even funny. And some of them carry the same criteria. You carry the same mapping system. You basically all do somewhat the same thing. And once we start seeing those little signs pop up, we already know what you are. So for that guy who had the HD Pro paint, his paint was different. Definitely different, I can say that much. It was definitely way different. And what I was used to seeing, very nice job on this product. Very nice job. And by the way, what the frick are you crying about? This is my paint I made at the end of the day. What the freak? Seriously? Yeah. At least when I use this paint, I was in a fully lit environment. Unlike some of you make these paints, you're sitting in dark environments. Because you know why? I know a contrast level is not going to show up on this thing. I know the colors are not going to produce, but at least I have it in a well-lit environment, which you're supposed to be doing in your demonstrations, instead of sticking them in dark environments, trying to hide something and fool your customers. That's what you should be doing. If I'm going to show off a gray screen, I'm going to have it in a fully lit environment. Everybody needs to see everything they need to see. I remember one time Larry said, no high power only high power projectors 3500 lumens and up. 35 is not a high power projector. I read that in one of his statements. This is the other guy I'm talking about. I read this one of his statements. 3500 lumens and up. That's not a high power projector. 3500 lumens is normal. 3000 at one point was high, and that was way back in, I say 10 years ago. 3000 was considered to be a really, really high level projector, because I had one at 3000 ViewSonic. That was considered to be high, but 35 is nothing. I mean, pretty much the NEC NP 1150s are 42s. They're way over 35. And the projector I had, which was a ViewSonic PX747, that projector was 35. That was a home theater, wasn't even busy venue. That's not high powered. High powered is 4,000. It's 4,000. Even now, with the projectors now reaching at 4,000 for a regular home theater, 4,000 is not even considered to be a high lumen projector anymore. It'll be 5,000 now. 5,000 would be considered to be venue. If you're using it used, and again, you get a 5,000 projector for roughly about under $300-400. If you're buying it brand new, you're going to spend a lot more money than that. But 5,000 is considered to be high powered. And up 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, and so forth. But not 35. I only might consider 35 to be high powered. Alright, this is going to make a great gray screen background display for my new technology. Get that done while we speak some literature. We're going to do this to educate the great people who basically are buying for the first time. This is why we say stay away and don't play with the gray. Oh, I like that. Stay away and don't play with the gray. There we go. Gray screen paint maker. I got a challenge for you. Get an attorney. Sue me. You sue me on the fact that I said that a black technology is far more advanced than your gray screen. And I'll send a free court to your lawyer, and I guarantee he'll drop your case. You willing to make that bet? You want to make that challenge with me? Of course you don't, because you already know that I'm right. That's why you won't do it. See? I believe in allowing people to paint themselves in corners. It's the only way they learn. I'm giving you the opportunity to sue me. Go ahead, get a lawyer, sue me, and say that I made a statement that gray screens, at the end of the day, are not more superior than black screens. And I'll send a court, like I'll send that surface right over to your attorney, and I'll watch him turn your case down. You're willing to do that. Now mind you, counter's lawsuit is going to cost you some. Alright? Now go ahead. You know that I'm right. Because again, how are you going to pull the infinity contrast level? How are we doing this? How are we pulling it? Now I got to go to form, so I got some fun. Alright, gray screen makers, I got to ask you a question. How are we pulling a 100% black level on a gray screen? That's what I want to know. How much? How are we doing this? Because, see, with my technology, I've never said I pull 100% white. Never said it at all. Never said it all, ever. But you guys have a habit of making that statement that you pull 100% black. So, tell me, how do we do this? Tell me how we do this. And I want it done in a fully lit environment, not in the dark. I want a fully lit environment just like we have. I want to see this. I'm going to give you a challenge. Challenge today. I want to see a gray screen. Beat that challenge. Even goose screen. I want to see this. Paint on screens. I want to see this. And these companies who call themselves having gray screens, I want to see this. Show me this. If you don't, what's going to happen at the end of the year, I'm going to get a lawyer and I'm going to go through your site and you're not going to like it. So show me this. Prove this to me. Y'all been doing all this advertising for all this time. Show me this. Now we get to crying and whining when you start turning the heat up. Oh, great goodness. This guy, every time I turn around, he's always turning up the heat on us. Every single, don't lie. Because I get ticked off when I buy stuff at the end of the day and it's not what it's supposed to be. Like that freaking motherboard that I paid all that money for, got it over here, and the drivers were screwed up on it so badly, I couldn't get the freaking thing to work. And now I'm 3 or 4 days without a motherboard. If I got to turn around, I got to contact the freaking person. That takes 24 hours or 48 hours from Amazon to contact the person who we got the motherboard from. That means I'm a couple of days without my machine being done. That one right over there. That one, I had the problem with the motherboard. Not doing what it's supposed to do. And then finally, when they get back to him, then he puts basically the refund in, which takes another 7 to 3 days. Sorry, something like 2 to 3 days. You know how much time that took away from me getting that machine up and running? Because someone lied on the specification sheet. Oh, the drivers are very easy to use. Yeah, right. Them drivers were freaking nightmares. As a matter of fact, they shut my PC off a couple of times. I don't know what the heck went on with that. But either way, they lied. And people hate that. So, are you telling the truth when you tell me the gray screen paint pulls 100% contrast? Now, if I tell you at the end of the day, they'll ignore me because they know who I am. But I'll have to send a friend to email you and ask you the questions. Just got a little paranoid, didn't they? They go, oh, shoot, you're going to send people over. Ask questions. The other one doesn't respond back at all, period. He never responds back. I asked him a question about gain range and never got anything back. My friends asked him about gain range. They never got anything back. He didn't respond back to anybody at all about the gain range. So we know that doesn't work. Look at Taco. Just looking to get in some kind of trouble. Just trying to get in trouble. Trying to get in some kind of trouble. Anyway, I'm lazy on the floor. You want to touch these. He's forgetting you won't touch stuff. That's what he does. He doesn't touch stuff. But anyway, getting back to all that, whatnot, and all that, and there, I ask you the question. Why shouldn't I? No, somebody asking me that my screen paint pull 100% white levels. We say no. It's actually in the description of the paint. It literally says that your white levels will drop because the product is darker, but not to a point where it makes the screen unwatchable. That's why we have something called black versus black to show the difference between our product and black levels and be able to produce color way better than certified gray, black screens, and white screens at the same time, which we did today. Right? There we go. That means we can back it up, right? There we go. So the reason why I have a perfect specification sheet because I do testing. And people watch all my tests live, displayed all over YouTube for everybody to see. And that's how we build our specification sheets. Don't touch that, please. Thank you. Go around that. Go around. Don't be a jerk. So that's what we do. So that's why you type in test, it pops up test, 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 test. That's when we build our specification sheets. In fact, we build our specification sheets so well, people steal them. Which you watch somebody do, steal our specification sheets. Boy, you got to be good when other screen paint makers are stealing your specification sheets. Hoo-wah! 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 Yes, they steal them. Like, daggone it. That Kenneth Byrd specification sheet looks pretty freaking tasty. I think I'm going to take them. Yeah. So, there you go from there. So, yeah, I have to all test it. And now, I want to start challenging some people in court. I do. I want to take some people to court. I want to challenge you in a courtroom. I'm challenging your companies. Because again, I want to make sure I'm getting what I'm getting. But before we do that, I'm going to have a nice, long conversation with you through email, or what if you have a phone or whatever, and you're going to explain to me what's going to work. And I'd rather prefer email. So that way I can have it documented for court. That we talked to you and this is what we got back. You told us such and such and so, and we didn't get any of that. That's why I make sure everything on the sheet is specified to a T. All tests are done to a T. You know why? Because you'll bump into somebody like me. And I'm feared that I will bump into somebody like me, so that's why I do the best that I can do. If I consider it to be your nightmare, then guess what you need to do? Plug it up. Now, keep in mind, some people have been making these paints from the beginning. So that means that black screens do exist now. That means you can no longer make that statement, which means now you're going to have to change it. Now, before taking a company to court, that's why I said the first thing we have to do is ask them about it. Say, hey, look, and I'm pretty sure they did the same thing. Epson did the same thing. They probably got one of the projectors and bought it over and took it apart. I said, no, it cannot do that. And they probably replied and came back to them and said, hey, look, we need you to remove that out because you technically can't say that because that's not real. And they probably said, well, do what we want to do, da, 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 da. And they're like, okay, I'll see you in court. And then, boom, next thing you know, you're in court. And you're like trying to back that up. And you can't back it up. And then what do you do next? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Court gives you an order that now you have to remove that because you can't make that statement. There you go. That's how that works. I love having this conversation. Naysayers get so mad. Like, you know what? I can't deal with this guy. I can't deal with him because he keeps it too real. He keeps it too real for me, man. Way too real. It's just too real for us. It's too real. Am I too real for you? I think that's what it comes down to. You know. It's been that way since day one. Let me tell you something. It's been that way when I first started my company. Battling every single one of those form sites. It has been the same way I got it right now. I'm not the person who bends over for everybody else. I'm not that type of person. I will challenge you every freaking step of the way. But also, too, back my product up every single way. I've been this person since day one when I first started making screen paints. I could have joined the masses. I could have did the same thing they did. No. That is just boring. So when I want the form sites, yeah, ABS forms, all those sites right there, no, at the end of the day that I went on there and I challenged everybody to their gray screen paint products. I did something completely different they didn't do. And that's why I got my first van from ABS Forms when I went in and I showed a demonstration called 1 hour or less, and they didn't like it. And now ABS Forms. We have the most powerful technology. The new panel system will be the most powerful technology on the planet because no one can match it right now. No one can match that screen. And guess what? We don't want it on your page at all, period. Because I'll make it known in every place I go to show off our technology that we basically frown upon your site. We wouldn't dare have any of our technology touch your site at all, period. Don't even bother speaking about it. Since you consider us to be, what do you consider, short-lived, as you said I would be. Careful about the things you say in life. All your screens that you set there and you said were the best, we crush them all now. We take them, we overpower them. Careful how you treat people. Now, do I say everybody on ABS Forms is like that? No. I met some very, very, very nice people on ABS Forms, but some of the people on there think they have God mode, and they think at the end of the day, whatever they say is going to be. It's going to be what's going to be. If I say that's going to be the best screen in the world, it's going to be the best screen in the world. Whatever you say that's going to be, it's going to be. How are you going to go against me at the end of the day? Blah, 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 blah. The one in there crush your stuff in a couple of minutes, paint that screen. They got man and band us. All right, no problem. I sat there and said, you're going to regret that decision. And now here we are today. We're one of the most powerful screens soon to be. And you are now going to regret that decision. Because anywhere I go, I'm going to mention ABS Forms by saying that, no, they kicked us out. Said our products were short-lived. Yeah, be careful. Be careful. We won't touch him with a 10-foot pole, even if they apologize, we don't care. Bum, 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 bum. And just to show you how powerful that screen is, I guarantee I can wipe out every screen on your site. I bet you. I can take AdTech and absorb sunlight. Show me one screen on AVS phones right now that can absorb sunlight. I'll wipe every single screen you have on that account. One by one. Watch it happen. And that technology you're seeing, that panel, is only at 10% technology. And it can pull bright as the screen with the projector sitting in factory settings. In whisper mode. True power. I got another demonstration to show you next on that thing, what it does. Oh yeah. And now think about it, great screen paint maker. You think at the end of the day that you are superior to the technology under that technology? Are you kidding me? You think you can compete with that? Can you compete with what I got behind me right now? But you think you can compete with that? Have you tested all your products on certified? Can you make the statements we make every day? Can you do this? If you can't do this, oh, you can't do that. You're giving me back my money all the time. How can you do that? And you have to give me back my money. Right? Right? That's gotta hurt to send me back money. After talking all that trash about me at the end of the day, and you gotta give that money back. When I saw that money come back over to my account, I was like, look at them. They had to get it back. They couldn't even keep it. And then they had to turn around and pay PayPal back money too. And they couldn't even keep the money after talking all that trash. Could not keep the money. We got the other one on eBay, and we got them on freaking his website. I have it on my accounts. They're all printed out. They've been everywhere. So I say this, gentlemen, because number one, we know you're in the room. We know you're in there. So I'm speaking to you, so you can hear me crystal clear. Your products do not work. I've given you all types of options. Get a lawyer and sue me. You won't do that, right? Don't come near me with a lawyer. You won't do that, right? Why? You won't do that. You won't call me with a lawyer. You won't do that. So what do you want me to do, huh? What do you want me to do? And the other one's gonna sit there and do some freaking video on YouTube talking about, oh, he's obsessed with. I was making a screenplay product before you were on YouTube. What the freak are you talking about? I had it first on YouTube, man. I'll tell you one thing, what you should do? You should get a job as a comedian. You should. You should tell jokes. And you should tell the jokes that you've been telling for years. One about your product and the other one about you being here first. How would that even work? You want to go to court for that one too? Because you weren't here before me, Jamie. I was here before you. What the freak are you talking about obsession? You can't be obsessed over something that's not there. How the freak would that even work? The only way I'll be to do that unless I have some kind of freaking telekinesis or some ability to be able to read mind. How would I even look into the future? How would I own a time machine? How would that even work? So you're saying you were here before me? That's what you're saying? No, buddy. No. I'm sorry. That would be impossible. We don't even make great paint anymore. We give it away for free. You sell great paint. Please. My goodness, man. Them Karens, I tell you. You got to give it to them. They're entertaining. Karens are entertaining. After I made that statement. Yeah, right. When you make new stuff, we just laugh at it because we know it doesn't work. Heck, I told you. If I want to embarrass you, I just give you money. And that's what I did. I gave him money. And guess what he did? Gave it back. If I want to embarrass you, you know your stuff doesn't work. Matter of fact, I got more receipts on buying your product than you ever had on mine. You don't have any receipts. I think he has one receipt, and that's the 2.0. And that's when he claimed it didn't work, but the customer came in and said it did. Which that's fraud against my company, by the way. So your stuff don't work, man. I tested all your stuff, man. I bought your stuff. I bought so much of your stuff that I have a history on eBay and your website of you giving me back my money. It was like $300 on eBay. $300 in return orders. He couldn't keep the money. And then use all kinds of excuses like, oh, we don't sell to freaking to scammers. Or what was the other one he used on eBay? We pulled the eBay listing down. He said that our site was our home address was unshippable. Pulled a tracking number on him. He deleted his eBay account. Nothing new. Same thing. And I bet you right now he's in the room watching. He's always in the room watching us. Creepy. Well, look at the bright side, man. You don't have a website anymore. All your website is just filled with just basically you just crying about our paints. That's it. And what we're doing. That's pretty much it. But just remember, the Hourglass was launched a few days ago. And it doesn't take long before that starts. That process starts. So you just remember that whoever comes to your front door, yeah, it's going to be what it is. Because now that we know 100%, we have a 100% guarantee what you did, I'm going back in. I got other charges I'll be filing against you for committing crimes on United States soil against my company. Now you attacked our business. Now you attacked other people. When that gets out in the open, that becomes public record. The crimes that you committed here on U.S. soil, it won't go well. Trust me. It will not go well. It won't go well with you, and it won't go well with your people who are trying their best to be here. Because if I know if somebody's messing it up for me to be here, I'm kicking your butt at the end of the day. And you're going to get your butt kicked. I guarantee you that much. Let anybody find out that's out there protesting right now the stuff that you're doing right now on United States soil to make them look bad. Let them find out about that and see what happens. See if anybody agrees. Matter of fact, go out there. Go out there, them people who are out there trying to get some rights that they should have and say, hey, look, I just want to let you all know that I'm committing crimes on United States soil just to make trouble for other people, and that's what I'm doing. I guarantee they kick your behind. Dirtbag. It's a 100% dirtbag. Well, if I ever catch you in one of them protests, I'm calling somebody. I am. If I catch you, I'm calling somebody. Because that is dirty. As he probably has been in a couple of protests, but dirty as dirty can be. Jesus Louise. Dirty human being. Like I said, I got people that I know, my Mexican brothers and sisters. I know. They said, they ever see you, Jamie, they're going to knock you out. Because they said that that's disrespect at the end of the day. You're making them look bad. I'll be the same way. We go to a nice place up in the Poconos, you know what I mean? It's mostly, you know, that, you know, Caucasian. And I got somebody in the hallway shaking their booty and carrying on. Yeah. I'm looking at them like, gee whiz Louise. Yeah, we feel the same way too. Everybody feels the same way. Everybody feels the same way when you're trying to make your culture look good and somebody's messing it up for you and you just go, gee whiz Louise. There's a guy that comes on, I think it's TikTok. I don't watch him no more. He has this thing where he gets around, and why do you do it that way? Why when you eat food, you got to pop your eyes all out and lick all over your fingers and stuff? I like, you never had food before in your entire life. I hate it when my people do that nonsense, man. And then do this little dance. Do a little dance for the food. Really? Don't you have any freaking pride for yourself at the end of the day? Do you have any idea of the crap that people went through? All your ancestors, the bull crap they had to go through, and now you have the choice that you have today. This is what you're doing with it? Man, I swear, I would haunt the daylights out of somebody for that crap. I was basically from that era, man, and I saw that nonsense. I would literally be on poltergeist haunt the daylights out of you. Literally, you mean to tell me I got lynched for trying to be able to eat in a restaurant, and you doing this? This is what does this, and this is why we look at like, man, we can't go nowhere. Literally, you hear that? Can't go nowhere. Can't go in there without somebody getting stabbed, shot, whatever going on. No. So yeah, I know what that's like at the end of the day. I love my people. Yes, I do. I love my people. I love my people. I do. But my people know at the end of the day, we all got that group that we just go, no, I ain't going anywhere with them. No, no. They're going to make me look bad in front of a bunch of people. I had a friend of mine, everything she had in her mouth was curse words, curse. A woman just curse. I'm like, look, we're going to a nice place. Can you do me a favor? Can you tone that down? Like, please? All right? Because I don't want to come off that way. And you is bad enough, you're going to have people, and I'm not saying all people, but you are going to have some people think of you in that light. You don't want to give them that. You don't want to entertain that. Bad enough. You know what I mean? You got to go through enough crap as it is. Don't make it worse. So, yeah. He's making it worse. Because imagine if I was a Trump supporter and you did that too. And I had all that stuff documented. There you go. He's an idiot. But I'm not a Trump supporter because I can't stand the orange man. You know? And like I said, I talk to the attorneys, and I speak to them. And I say at the end of the day that no one's racist toward this individual. People should not be allowed here in the country that commit crimes. Like I said, if I come to your country and I do drug dealing, freaking weapons, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Every possible crime you could possibly think of on the face of the planet, I do that. Wouldn't you want me out of there? Yes, you would. You definitely want me out of there. There you go. Even if you're a United States citizen, you still got to play by the rules. Everybody got to play by the rules. Don't think because you don't have paperwork that you should be allowed to break as many laws as you want. Because if I'm a United States citizen and I got to pay for crap that I do at the end of the day, why shouldn't you? There we go. And I bring that up because, like I said, that part right there bugs me the most. It bugs me the most, and I'll tell you why it bugs me the most. It bugs me the most because I got friends of mine that are in situations where they are afraid to leave their homes. You know, they're going through some stuff, you know, and I try to make it easy for them at the end of the day, you know, because they're going through some stuff. And you got this jerk. And you are a jerk. Sorry to bring it up in this video, but he's a jerk. He's what he's a jerk. Definitely a jerk. You have a right to have that flag. You've been revoked, brother. You have no right having that flag at all, period. They're going to be coming down, hopefully this summer. We got plans to go to his mother and father coming down, which is going to be great. We accept everybody. Everybody. We don't care. We got everybody. We got Russians in our family. Russians, Jamaicans, we got Irish, we got Pakistan, we got everything. Just about everything. Just about everything in our family. It is beautiful. I always like to sit with the old heads. I'm an old head myself, keep in mind. But I like to sit with the old heads and talk with them. Because, you know, they got all the great stories and everything about their country, different foods and stuff like that. Like, have you tried? Like, no, I haven't tried. You want to try that? Yes, I do. Can you make it for me? Oh, man. You got to be kidding me. I don't know how anybody can be racist at the end of the day. You miss out on so much when you're racist. You miss out on so much. I get a chance to enjoy foods from different countries, different cultures, and all that stuff. All that stuff. And guess what? I'm going to learn that Mexican hat dance, too. Yep, because he knows how to do it. He knows how to do it. When he says he knows how to do the Mexican hat dance, I'm like, yeah. They're always going to learn how to do it. I'm going to learn it. Not only am I going to learn it, but once he teaches me the basics of it, because he knows he's good and not that good, I'm going to go take classes for it too. Yes, sirree. I like the Mexican hat dance. I love it. I freaking love it. There's such style with it, man. Such style, man. I love it. Such passion, such style. I'm going to learn it. Yep. He started teaching me. Yeah, why you want to learn that dance? Because I want to learn that dance. Yeah. So, the festivals and all that stuff, I'm going to all of them. Especially when they be coming up with regular food, like, what the freak is this? Like, no. I came here for some Mexican food. Not that other Mexican. I want real Mexican food. That's what I want. The real deal. So that's we about to go meet up with them, hook up with them. We're going to have this big family get together. He's going to be there with his people, which is going to be fantastic. That'll be fantastic right there. Now, you doubt I had this thing painted by now, but I'm talking and having fun. That's what I'm doing. Usually, because if it took me forever to knock this thing out faster than I did these. But this is not, we're not doing a screen here. We need something for the backdrop for the screen. That's all we need. That's all. Nothing special. Nothing for the backdrop. That's all. So it doesn't really make a difference. We just need something in the backdrop because I need something different besides hitting the regular boxes that say post office service on them. I need something different. That's the only reason why. Other than that, no, we're not making some screen. Why would we? What's the point? It won't work in here anyway. Yeah, I was telling my buddy, he was cracking up about the whole samurai sword and freaking paint on roller setup. Coming in, somebody got a whole gray screen up there. They got to put the hand on it. It's got the chart 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Yeah! It's coming out the side of the screen. They're black. Yeah! And the screen just, all you just see is the image pull through. The sunlight hits it and it's still pushing the image. They're like, oh, yes. Ain't that right, chick? Katako. Got to show them the meaning of true power. But they don't understand what power is. They don't understand. The white, gray screens, washed out colors, zero contrast capabilities. Poor projector. You fail your projector. How dare you fail your projector? You're lucky projectors can't talk. If they could, they gave him AI intelligence to be able to speak back to you. Your projectors would sound like Samuel Jackson on a traffic jam. Literally, that's what it would sound like. You would be called every curse word in a Facebook. What the freak is this? I'm not going to say the curse word, so it's wrong. What the freak is this? Really? That's what you're going to put me on. Do you know what I do at the end of the day? Do you know what I do? Do you know the capability and the power that I have at the end of the day? And this is what you're going to put me on? Then the next hour and a half is on here. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. As I'm cursing you out. And another thing. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. That'd be funny. I'd be cracking up. What happened? Projector cursed me out. It really laid into me, man. It made me cry. But you know what? It's the truth. It's the truth. You look over, you scoot over. Neighbor over there got one of my black screens. They're like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. That's what I want. Go get me this. Go get me this. Get rid of this. Get me that. Oh, man. All right, let's get these things dry because I'm going to get this done, get this set up. I have things to do. Oh. On the road again. Bum, 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 bum. Ugh. I'm putting a statement on my website about gray and white screens. It gives you the option, if you feel that what I'm saying about our black screens being more superior, you have the option to take me to court. I bet you none of you jump. I bet you don't jump. I guarantee you. Bet you won't even get an attorney. No fake attorneys, please. Get the real deal. That'll get you a lot of trouble doing a fake attorney. Real deal. And I guarantee you, send anything over to your attorney, they'll drop your case in a hot second. Probably ask to have them get a screen for the backyard. We can really put that statement up there. Because the gray screen has no competition. It's not, oh, please. It's embarrassing to even have you people say this at the end of the day. It's outdated. You have an outdated product. I can make this stuff. Anybody can make this stuff. Even the Google AI even recognizes what it is. It's just black and white paint with pearlescent in it. And literally just an alternative. If you don't feel like mixing it, you can buy it off a shelf. You could have just bought that at the end of the day. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. Back then, yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect back then. It served its purpose. It did exactly way better than the white screen. Bigger improvement, yes, much better. Nowadays, please, why do y'all still sell this stuff? You go to Best Buy. You go to, yeah, Best Buy sells refrigerators. You go to Best Buy. You ever seen a 1920 refrigerator? 1920 refrigerator being sold in Best Buy? 1930s, none of that old, no, yes it is in there. Why would you not see it? What about the big old tube TVs, the floor model, RCAs? You see those in there? They don't see those in there. Why don't you see them in there? They're outdated. They don't sell. People want all the new stuff. That's what they want. The only thing you can see basically that people you can put out there, that people will buy are cars. That's basically about it. But anything else, you don't see people want that. Old washing machines, when you put the clothes through and you wind it up, and that's how you wring it out and you wash it. You see any of this being sold? No. But you're going to an antique dealership and it's just something for show you're going to have. But other than that, you're going to have all the new high-tech stuff. Everything is upgraded for something better. If not, then I'd still be using floppy drives and old motherboards, or old ATT boards, or AT boards at the end of the day. If that was the case. Old floppy drives. Gee whiz Louise. Remember that 2.5 floppy drive. You wouldn't even have Windows and none of that stuff. You had that freaking data processor that would pop up. Letters and numbers and all green pop up. And flickering CRT screens give you freaking headaches every day. Oh, the flickering CRTs. Gee, I forgot about those things, man. Talk about some freaking headaches at the end of the day. Those things trigger headaches. And dot matrix printer. No thing track portion. Oh yeah, that stuff. You'll be back to all that stuff in the day. Data cassette recorders and all that stuff. Oh, let's get to the phone with the modem system. We actually took a rotary phone and took the handle and just stuck it on your modem. How big those things were at the end of the day? Yeah, imagine that. Technology upgrades. That's the whole purpose of it all. It's upgrading. Unfortunately, you guys have upgraded your projectors, but your screens are still the same. You still have old technology screens. That's why you're in the same environment, because again, they only do but so much. That's it. They do what they're designed to do, and that's the end of it. They served the purpose at one point, like all the technology you see before you. It all served the purpose at one point. It doesn't serve the purpose anymore. Nope. Everything changes. Alright, let me get this done, get it finished, get everything put together. My screen's done, everything's assembled, and put my frames up there and my panels up there and get this done. Must be someplace else today. I gotta take care of some other business today. Let me get that done. People get offended over my demonstrations. Look, it's your money at the end of the day. My customers got far better than what you have. And the reason why is because they have better technology. If you don't like that statement I made, you get a lawyer, bring me to court. That's what you do. If you believe that everything I said was false, then get an attorney. And I guarantee you, I'll get your current attorney to drop your case. Because when he sees that technology in his living room, he tests that, he's going to find that's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And I guarantee you, when he drops your case, one attorney drops your case, nobody else will pick it up. I guarantee you. And if they do, we'll send them over some paint. And I guarantee they drop your case again. When I have people come up in here, I show them the stuff that you guys write at the end of the day. They're like, wow, and I'm at a bunch of little haters at the end of the day. I say, yeah, that's what they are. Because they see it for themselves. Every single day. I have people come here and sing every single day. So they see this. When I go out there, that my screen pushed through that window at 150 inches on a fish tank, oh, they know you haters at the end of the day. That's what they see you as, your haters. Everyone who I drop this screen into their environment where it functions and looks absolutely incredible, I show them the haters. So they know you're haters. If my technology didn't work, it'd be virtually impossible to push a 150-inch fish tank through a window. That wouldn't happen. But yet we had somebody in a dark apartment claiming to have my stuff. Oh yeah, Mr. Fernando, I got plans for you. You're going to definitely pay for everything you did. Everything. Like I said, you took the Lord's blessing and you went out and you tainted it with the devil, and now you're going to pay for every single thing you have said and done about my company. Even if it takes the next 34 years. Now, I've got time. I'm a free man. I go where I want. But you won't. But your answer for it all of it. And if you don't get your act together, if you pass off this earth in this process, then you will pay in the next life. And you will answer for it there. You didn't drink none of your quick. I put quick right in there for you. I bought you quick. You don't want the quick, you want the strawberry quick? I got the quick for you and you want none of it. Jeepers, cat's fingers on the what. I got you strawberry quick taco. Taco. I got you the strawberry quick, man. The good stuff, man. The good stuff. You don't want it now. So I don't want that cookie. I don't want it. I want, what do you want, milk? Regular milk? I don't drink regular milk right down the back. I don't like that. Well, I drink it, but I mean, it has to be non-dairy. I'm scared to death to have regular milk now. They do too much stuff to it. They just do too much stuff to it. What do you think? Yeah, same thing, right? They do too much to it, right? Stay away from cows and all the little jackets. I don't cuss them up. I'll bring everything for cold. Red and yellow and purple and green, orange and blue and red. I think they're mad at me because I won't say their product works. Oh, I can't lie. I can't lie. I'm sorry. It doesn't work. I know you want me to say it. I can't tell you that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm not going to lie about it. The only person I've seen that made a good product was Pro HD, and that's the only one I've seen so far. Is he full 100% contract? Oh my goodness, I swear. That's why I sat there and said one time to a friend of mine, like the fact, he said, why? He even repeat it. I said, because the naysayers are stupid. They're really dumb people. That's why I literally say it. But sometimes I have to catch myself when I say it to them. Like, you really, really believe that a gray screen is going to go to 100%? Okay. We'll leave it at that. You know, you don't want to be called stupid at the end of the day, and I don't like to call people stupid. I really don't. It's a very degrading word to call someone, and you get mad over it. But you're the ones telling people that stuff can see 100% black levels. You're the ones making these statements. I'm not going to agree with you in no way whatsoever. I sat there and watched Wake sit there and a screen literally turned gray on him. And he literally sat there and followed through with a lie by saying that what you're seeing here is the benefit of not having a black, but you're painting a black screen in. Literally. Gee whiz Louise. Just lie, 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 lie. I give you opportunities. If you feel in any way, we got multiple contracts. If you feel in any way, you sign one and go to court. If you're that passionate enough to break the law, to go to jail anyway, you might just sign the contract and let's walk it into a courtroom. What's the problem? You don't want to sign them now. Bunch of crying and whining. That's basically about it. And Danny, I heard you've been talking a lot of trash lately. You're going to court anyway. The whole thing about that game wrench nonsense, you're going before a panel pretty soon. You lied and said that your company said that your product, if you paint the surface in two different directions, pulls a gain. You're going to have to back that up now. Welcome. You don't back that up. You have a shopping cart on that thing. You're selling that paint, right? The customers making those statements. That's consumer fraud. Yep. I had to contact a couple agencies to get your site under investigation. So if you delete it, they'll know. So keep it there. Gee, where's Louise? Oh my goodness. You can't be making stuff up, man. I heard someone say, oh, heck no. That's when I read through freaking that JM Go projector. They had a screen. Sat there and said that if you hit the screen with a project, some of you hit it with, it automatically jumps the gain. What a freak they call. Yeah, I got it. I actually posted that thing. It jumps the gain on the projector, not the screen. No, yeah, here it is. If you use an ambient light rejection screen, it boosts the gain on your projector, the lumen count on your projector, by 26 up to something like 30 something. That is virtually impossible. See, and this is the reason why we got to have these laws in place. Because the reason why we got so many knockoff fake projectors on the market that flooded the market, because people let that stuff slide. That all those fake projectors come on the damage to the consumer on these fake 4K and 8K and 50 lumen projectors about the size of a freaking mailbox. A little box over here. This is going to be a 50 lumen projector. The reason why all those projectors flooded in and got away, because no one was there to stop them. And Amazon and freaking eBay are to blame too also. Because they're worried about making money. They never stopped those projectors. Hey, wait a minute. Can you back that thing up at the end of the day? If they had did that, a lot of those projectors wouldn't be on the site and a lot of people would have gotten ripped off. There's people buying a projector for the first time. They don't know. They're learning about this. And this is what they bump into. So if somebody came in and nipped that nonsense in the bud, we wouldn't have had these nightmares all over the place. And they're a headache at the end of the day. They wreak havoc. That's why we have it on our site that we don't support them. Because people buy it, get our paint, say our paint doesn't work. They won't blame it on the projector. And then we'll go through that nonsense, like that 8-man projector. Remember, I went through that crap already? It doesn't work. So that's why we started doing all the research. And I thought, man, they should have nipped that in the butt. But thanks to Epson, I praise them. Thank them so much for going in and challenging these companies now from going out and ripping consumers off. Same thing goes for that as these fake off projectors. And the same thing goes for these fake screen paints and that fake range gain nonsense. Dumbest thing I ever heard of my entire life. If you was Pinocchio, you could pierce one of those fifth planets, those super Earths that we have in another light year away. We have 5 super Earths somewhere and another light year away they were able to pick up. Just like Earth with the huge, gigantic Earths. Anyway, you could pierce one of those easy. That's the biggest lie you ever heard in my entire life. I don't even know how your wife kept a straight face when you were painting that stuff in. That stuff was slopping and all over the place. Everybody's painted a wall in a day in their time. Everybody has. The roller didn't even spin. I looked at the rollers weren't even spinning. You just pushed it around the screen just to get it wet. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. The dumbest thing. Hey, okay, you're good. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You're going to tell me that I'm going to put a paint on a wall just to get the surface wet? Leave it alone. Already. Getting in trouble. Get out of there. Get. Knocked it over. In trouble. Already. Are you kidding me? And I'm the professional painter that got to be on that day to put the screen in. And they'll contact you. Painters will contact you. They haven't called up. But they wouldn't know if you got to put something in there or anything with it whatsoever. If there's any special instructions or ask that question. And I go, okay, look. That paint is just smeared around. My rollers are not even spinning on this. And it's not even attaching itself to the surface. It looks awful. What's going on here? He says, well, this is what you're doing, right? You're basically putting the paint on the surface just to get the surface wet. I had to turn around and say, excuse me, hold for a minute. Get your money back. Get all your money back. Get it back. You don't even know what he's doing. I've never heard anybody say that ever. Ever. Home Depot, Lowe's, Vendor, and nobody. Usually they're going to wet down the surface if it's required. They take a sponge, a damp sponge, damp dry sponge, and they'll go over the wall. If you're doing wallpaper or something like that. But I've never heard of anybody saying that. You see this office right here? Imagine if I had to paint this office. So you mean to tell me I'm going to go to the painstaking nightmare of painting all these walls in, and I'm going to wet the surface first, and then I'm going to apply the paint, and then I'm going to do a multi-application? Please, no. No. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That's how I knew when you were making those statements that you don't know what he's doing. You don't know what you're doing. Some goopity-goo, goppity-goo. He was copying off Goo Screen. Because Goo Screen is the one that came out with Goo Screen. They had it first. He came up with some goppity-goo. Goppity-goo, all right. Gaga, goo, goppity-goo. Sounds like something. This is a baby paint. Sounds like baby paint. And then in the video, we got you. Can't say I'm lying. But I got you in the video saying, if you paint it the 5th time, it gets slightly brighter. That's going to go down in history that anytime someone asks me, what is the dumbest thing you have ever heard anyone saying in this business, you're going to come up every single time. I guarantee you, without question, you will always come up. You know, there's a guy who made these paints called Premium Paints by Partey. the range gain nonsense, and the instructions on pushing paint around a wall just to get it wet. Sheesh. Even messed up multiple. I even had the recording of the whole instruction sheet. Even missed his own instructions. He didn't even do it right. He missed his own instructions. No one else did the instructions the same way. Nobody did. Nobody did it. Paint the screen didn't do the instructions. I showed anybody painting the screen in. The customer who claimed they got it in the UK, he didn't show any demonstration of painting the screen in, no unboxing, nothing. It's the screen in the dark. That's it. Wonder why. Gray screen, you have to understand that every time that I have to work with this gray stuff, and mind you, we used to make it, we consider it dinosaur paint. And we made ours better than yours. But we consider dinosaur paint. Every time we got to paint one of these screens in, you're going to hear this come out of my mouth. How trashy these things don't freaking work at all, period. They're garbage, they don't work, they don't function whatsoever. Now, if you're wondering, why are you painting in, Mr. Burke? We need it for a backdrop. That's what you need, a backdrop, that's it. And I thought the gray screen would be fun to do a backdrop on. We can crush it every day. Every time we turn it on, we can crush it for fun. Just for fun, just to crush it. Why? Because we can crush it. Every day we will crush it. Crush it. Crush it. Crush it. Every day we will crush it. It's like you're a little tiny mech in a battlefield full of giant mechs. I'm like, don't even waste the armor. Hold on for a minute. Let me just step on this one. Whew, man, them planes can pop, don't they? That's the reactor system. They put in a little tiny reactor. They pop like roaches when you step on it. That crack noise of cockroaches. When you step on the cop, yeah. That paint is garbage. It's old. It's outdated. If it wasn't for the fact that other people still make money off this, I'd go through your stuff. But I have to remember is other people make money off this. They really should go in. I'm going to send them a sample sheet. I'm definitely sending them a sample sheet of our technology. All the gray screen paint makers out there, I'm going to send you a sample sheet of that new black technology when everything's licensed and locked in. I want you to put it against your screen. You're going to repeat what I did many years back. It's going to about to go full circle. So anybody making gray screen, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to send you a sample of our technology to you. The absolute black, I'll send to you. And I guarantee you, when you put that against your screen, it's going to change the way you think. We're going to do the same thing that I did when I put them against a black diamond. Even Fernando, if you're still here, I'll send you one. Mr. Forte, we'll send you one. We have your address anyway, so forget it. I know you live at. Now, I'm not dumb enough when you sit there and go, well, tell me. No, if I tell you where your address is at, Mr. Fernando, Mr. Danny, then I'll be actually doxing your address, which I'm not stupid at the end of the day, like you. There you go. I'll send one over to you, and then that way you can look at what true technology looks like. And by the way, that little sheet you'll have, it's patent. It's a patent penny. You'll see my numbers on the back of that thing. So if you touch it, well, you know what's going to happen. You alter it, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen, right? All right, then. So I got plans. So all those names said, I'm going to send you a nice little sample sheet, and you'll watch you cry when you look at my technology dismantle anything you have. You're going to go through the same thing I went through when the diamond dismantled my stuff. Oh, it's a wake-up call. It really is. It's a big wake-up call. Except for this time around, I had to go through a dark gray screen. You're going to go through an ultimate black screen. And mind you, when it hits you, it'll be at peak 100%. Nah. Why waste the money and time to buy something? I'll send you mine instead. Oh, man. This is going to be crushing. I cannot wait for my paperwork to come back. It is going to be crushing. I'm sending one to Goose Screen, Vox, all of them. All the certifieds are all going to have that sample sheet. And the sample sheets are the ones we're going to put up against this to show you at 10% what they do. There's the ones that blend into that gray screen. Pull that contrast of color level. That screen is going to be a monster when we get done with it. So yes, there'll be samples galore. And anyone who talks trash, we'll send you one. Feel free to do a live demonstration. I want to see your face just shrink. I'm like, oh my goodness. You're going to go through the same process Diamond did. It's going to be unbelievable just watching that heart shake. And then once you see what true power looks like, then we're going to challenge everything you have. I bet you won't talk to us anymore. Because Diamond came up to me and said, hey, you like that? We'll challenge everything you got. I'm like, heck no. No, I'm good. We'd have to wait and rebuild to come against something like that. Very good technology. Really good technology. How much time did we put into this? Almost the 2-hour mark. Almost the 2-hour mark. Naysayers. The naysayers. Oh man. I guarantee, like I said, I got a friend right now who wants 3 of those. He wants 3 of those sets. Invoice is getting ready to be sent out to him to lock his in. He's going to get rid of the TVs. I'm glad I waited, because he waited. For some reason, he wasn't buying any of our stuff. He was waiting to see what we can. I know you guys are going to come up, guys, from yourselves. Just, you know, it's me, God the Cat. I know you guys are going to come up with something insane. I want that. I want what your guys come up with, and now we got it. That screen is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, just for fun, you naysayers, I'm going to send you a box of Kleenex. Yes, and it says on the bottom side of the box, you have my permission to cry. Because you talk too much trash at the end, you really do. The difference when you say that I talk a lot of trash, I back up everything I do. You can't talk trash when you back it up. I back up everything that I do. All right then, there we go. There we go. Just like the other one, walking around this backyard making claims that I cancel. Which, mind you, I want my receipts, by the way. And what did I do? I got him to cancel so much, he pulled his website down, gave us a 404 server on Squarespace. All right then, there you go. Made you cancel out how many times? Yes, right. Gave back every single dime back to my account. Did you not? Don't ever make a statement like that ever again. Never say that I did something I didn't do. Because I'll guarantee at the end of the day, you will basically give me back that money. You will do the very same thing that you said. I said to be careful about the things you say, right? Things you say can turn around and come and hit you. We got him to put that money back in our account so much that he pulled his website down, the marketplace, got a 404 error. It's right there on the blacklist, straight out for yourself. Including the cancellation of PA. Yeah. There you go. We back it up. That's why they can't get a lawyer in to try to remove the website, because they can't do it. You know why? Because everything we have on there is real, really happened. Nothing that's fake. All right then. All right. There you go. And yet you still backing us at the end of the day, thinking that you're going to win when we have your cancellations right there for all to see, everywhere in the world to see. You canceled out completely. You can't get mad at me. You're mad about that. That's what you're mad. You're trying to, like Jamie for the longest time, been trying to get a PayPal win on me. He can't get one. He lost 19. Sheesh. Tried so hard. That's why if you get one customer, and how many customers do we have that basically don't like our product? How many? He gets once, probably if he's lucky in a year, he gets one. He gets one. Oh my goodness, I found one. Yeah, out of how much we sell a day? Are you kidding me? Yeah, you desperate. They're so desperate just to get any kind of win at the end of the day. So desperate. You're like a person who hasn't had something to eat for like a week, and you finally find a box of saltine crackers in the back of underneath your sink, and you just, when you get done, you lick your fingers and everything. We all done that. You find something, you be licking your fingers and everything, like all between your fingers, like, cause you know you be like enjoying, savoring every minute of it. That's what you do, and you still lose at it. Can we back up everything we say? We say we sent out that shipping policy for him. We sent it out. Let me see what it says. That was my peoples. I'll get them back. I gotta go do something. Anyway, and we still back it up. We show basically what we ask for returns and all that, and yet we back it up and then get the money back on our account from PayPal. Because we win. And the reason why we win, because we back up everything we do. We got batch numbers on everything. So you can get on your YouTube channel and complain about how our batch numbers don't work. You're being sued on one of those batch numbers. As soon as they lock you in, you ain't going nowhere. Once they lock you in, we'll hit you with everything we got. So the timeline that they're going to basically do what they got to do, mind you, for the crimes he's committed here, he's got to spend some time there for the cyber crimes. But while you're there, my lawyers are going to come in and hit him with additional charges while he's there and holding. So we can keep him there. You're not going back. I guarantee you. You got too much to answer for. I want to make sure you answer for all of it. But until then, we back it all up. Everything. Everything we do, we back it up. Yeah, so play with a batch number, see what happens. Tweet one of the things and see what happens. Get one of you people at the end of the day to feel that you're going to buy our product and go against a batch number. I'll clean you behind in court easily. Easily. Because again, it's virtually impossible to get around those things. They show the product being tested. Like what's sitting on my wall right now, if he claimed that he had what's it called? We call this thing a quantum. This is quantum technology right here. This is those gallon containers. Those were the first ones that went out. So he would have to have one of those gallons in order to say around that timeline that he has that paint. And that paint sits on my wall right now. So I sat there on camera before he even claimed to have had it. I sat there and said, this is the paint right here that's going out to my people we're doing business with. These are the gallon containers. So if you have one, it'd be from that batch. And we have it sitting right here, Mr. Fernando. So how in the world is this supposed to come out that black and unwatchable, and we're in an environment with 10 times more light? This thing's been through halo systems and everything else, and I got it sitting here on my wall. And yet you have acquired more lawsuits and, again, more jail time. As I said before, where he's going and where they're going to have him at, he has to be able, they're going to get him with cyber crimes to begin with. But it's going to accumulate, like I said, maximum sentence is 20 years, but it can go higher than that. So he's going to be there for a while. And he's, what, 49? Probably looking at a good, maybe once the copyright's digging there, because, again, we got to tell them at the end of the day, he violated copyrights too. So on top of that, Buffy's going to spend the rest of his life in that place. And that's what's going to happen. Everything. And then my family, knowing where he's going to be at, they're basically going to come in and file additional charges. He ain't going nowhere. But it's a long process. That is a long, long process he's going to go through. And if you want to sit up there and you want to cry and want at the end of the day, oh, poor me, they're coming after me, poor me, everybody's coming after me. Man, you did your own people wrong. Did your own people wrong. Made them, try to make them look bad. That shit dead. I knew something was up with that. I knew it. I was sitting like, wait a minute. Who the freak gets a copyright that many times? I had one person hit my copyright since I've had it, and all we had to do was just contact them. That's it. Just say, hey, look, there's a person who was doing our chew with a purple heart in the middle of it. That's what it was. And she's a Christian woman and everything, but we can't let her use it because, again, it's our copyright. And all I had to do was just send an email. It was very nice. I said, excuse me, but what you have here is basically our cube that you're using. And I sent over all the information. And she came, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. I said, no problem whatsoever. No, we're good on that 100%. Just remove it and we're cool. And that's it. That's all that happened. Those are people who respect the law, that no consequences will come when touching those things. But you, on the other hand, show no consequences whatsoever. Either you're psychotic and you're crazy and there's a place they'll send you for that, which you don't want to go. Or you're rich and you don't care about getting hit. But then again, it's jail time. No matter how much money you got, nobody wants to be in jail. Nobody. I don't care what you're at the end of the day. Nobody wants to be in jail. Okay. Or maybe it's because you don't have paperwork and you feel that there's no consequences and they're just simply just going to send you back. You should have read the documents correctly, because in those documents, if you commit any crimes on United States soil, you have to serve time for that at the end of the day, which I didn't know. So I talked to an attorney, an immigration attorney, who told me this. He said, no, whatever crimes he committed while he was here, he has to serve that time here in the United States jail or federal jail, and then he'll be sent back, depending on how severe the charges are. And what we read in the documents that I had to fill out, literally one of the crimes was posted was cyber crime. And when I went to look up to see exactly what would the holding time in jail for that be, maximum sentence 20 years. But you have more than that. You have a lot more than that. Mind you, with the police, you had 23 accounts with the police. 23 or 24. For each time we had to come in, that's another account. Mind you, we had scanned documents to show that every time we wanted to file the complaint, we had hardcore evidence to back up the complaint. So we have to go through all that. All that. They're not going to hide any of that. He has to go to court for all of that. That's how bad it is. You can spend a good maybe 5-6 years roaming around in the court system. They call it, maybe he might get time served for it. He's going to be in jail. He's never getting out at all. He'd be better. I'm not going to leave it. I'm not going to say that at the end of the day because I'm not going to encourage anyone to do that. But he might be better in that situation. Because again, yeah. And he can't go anywhere. He can't go anywhere because if you notice, he's been in the same spot. He raised a family in that spot. And usually people don't do that. The only time somebody stays in the same spot, and then you even outgrow a spot. You buy stuff and you can outgrow stuff easily. I got to move to another apartment. Why? I outgrew the other one. I got too much stuff. And you're paying for storage fees over here, and then you're paying for an apartment at the same time. It's just better off you just take the storage fees and combine them and just get in a better apartment, a bigger apartment, and then you're going to pay for it anyway. Might as well just get a bigger apartment in the process. So that's what people do. If you got a family coming up, most people, if you like the apartment life, they just get a bigger apartment. That's what they do. They won't stay like, that's a one-bedroom apartment you're sitting in right now. Or to rent a house. That's what they do. Everybody does it. You outgrow everything. You outgrow everything. Unless you're a minimalist, unless you have no family and you don't spend much at all, period, you can literally stay in the same spot forever. But that's not true, because we constantly buy stuff. It's what we do. Go to the amusement park, buy this great big huge giant stuffed giraffe, and then you got it, you're happy about it, and now you're worrying about like, where the freak am I going to put this at? I'm going to store it in the garage somewhere. But that's usually where everything goes, that garage, your basement, all kinds of stuff you'll never touch ever again. All right, now I'm paying for a storage unit for collectibles that I will never go near or touch ever again. Like, I'm not opening those boxes up ever again. I'm going to stay there and collect dust until I die off this earth. Just gonna stay in there. I don't want them in the home front. At the end of the day, it's just too much. It's too much stuff. It's too much clutter. I don't want it, so it just sits in there. Can I sell it? No. It's sentimental. It's like it's stuck with you forever. Can't separate it. You can't give it away, and yet you pay a storage fee for something that, again, extra money out of your pocket. That's where it's sitting, and all of us go through that. You got dresser drawers, cabinets, refrigerator, kids' clothing, all this stuff you have sitting there. You're paying money for that you can't separate from. You just can't do it. It's hard to do it. That's what we do. And what do? We keep upgrading. We get bigger places. And the thing about it is, the more money we make, the more crazier stuff we buy, because we know we're going to do it. I mean, come on. You sit there and you get that raise, and you sit there, you know what? I'm going to stay in the same place. Not going to spend any money. I'm just going to keep it the way it is. And just darn well, that's a freaking lie. Because the minute you walk past something you know you can buy, you're going to like, I'm getting this. I'm buying this. I know. Everybody knows that. I got $16,000 in a food poisoning incident one time. And I put all this money in shoe boxes up in my cabinet. I said, I ain't spending nothing at all. Not a thing. I'm going to leave everything up there. I was down South Street. I saw an ostrich skin jacket. It was gorgeous. It kind of like the way they bleached whatever they did to it. It kind of had a kind of a burnt copper look to it. It was beautiful. It was roughly around $800. And you know what I did? I bought it. And I told myself I'm not gonna buy anything else. That's it. And I bought the boots that went with it. I bought the belt that went with it. I got all this. I might just buy some gear. I'm gonna need some gear to go with this because the stuff I ain't gonna match. So I bought a whole new wardrobe with it. Next you know, I'm taking my friends out to dinner. We're going to eat here, eating there, buying that. And next you know, in a few months, it was gone. We all do it. Unless you're a miser and you don't spend it all, then that's just jacked up on the road. But at the end of the day, we all outgrow stuff. That's what we do. That's human nature. So yeah, paying an extra $250 a month for a storage unit of stuff that I can't ever unbox because I don't want to be bothered with it, but I can't give it away because it's too sentimental. Isn't that jacked up? Yeah, that's life. Right? That's the way it is. But that's why I said that's the kind of red flags you see right there. Yeah. And the reason why I say it that way, because in the apartments I was in, certain apartments you can't get in. They ask for all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, come on. One place I went to, they asked what I majored in college. They asked the blood type of my cat. They ask for all kinds of stuff. I think it's a screening process because they want only certain type of people in there. But most places are going to ask for some very, very heavy documents, stuff like that. And if you don't have those documents, and you can go to places at the end of the day, they won't ask about those documents because they're all about money. But the downside about that is that the person who's like that, chances are their place is not going to be too up to par because, again, you know, you're not going to complain about it. You can't complain about it, and they know you can't complain about it. There's jobs that pay under the table. I know I worked a lot of factory jobs. I worked a ton of factory jobs, and a lot of my friends I showed with, they were basically not. I didn't have paperwork. Did I care? Heck no, I didn't care at all. Like I said, we didn't care about that at all. But he wanted to make it about race. Oh, he's racist this and racist that. No, buddy, you broke the law when you were down here in the States. That's what you did. You broke the law. My job is to basically take it, file charges, what I'm supposed to do, and take it to court. If that process server, Mr. Fernando, had made, and we got those pictures back in time, you would have been in trouble. They would have found out. They definitely would have found out. It's the government that's involved in that, this document. That's who, a guy who came to your door is a government official. They would have found out. The LLC you applied for, I don't know how much of that is fake or real. Whatever you got in those documents, but it would have triggered off. And it is still going to trigger off because now, if they don't get that paperwork back, and I'm pretty sure they're hounding them with mail about, hey, we need that statement due date filled out. We need some information on that. The other parties are going to get involved. He's going to be sitting in front of a panel pretty soon, and they're going to find out. So, you have to understand the rules. The rules are you can't commit crimes and get away with it. American citizens have to pay for it. I did. And if you're not American citizen, you still have to pay for it. Those are the rules. I go to your country. I do crazy stuff over there. Guess what? I deserve to be locked up. I deserve to be kicked out. Those are the rules. Can't cry Karen. Because your things don't go your way. You want to do whatever you want to do. You don't have that right. No one has that right. So you can scream all the racist nonsense you want all day long. Everybody knows, even my people know over here at the end of the day, what type of person you are, what you do. Heck, you want to scream racist, the way you treated one of the guys who we had who was doing beta testing for us, he's Mexican, and he treated him like trash. So all kinds of nasty stuff about him. All comes back. Everything comes back. What did I say about life? You pay for everything in life. Nobody gets away with nothing. Either you pay for it here or you pay for it in the next life, but you don't get away with nothing. I'm waiting for my screen to dry so we can do this and get everything done because I got to get that done. Right now, I got to leave because then I got another appointment for something I got to do, so I'm not even here long enough for that. So I guess we'll take care of it tomorrow because I don't have time. I got to do something for a sizing for a wall. They want the panel. The panel, baby. The panel. I'm trying to see if they're talking about these sizes. Can I get a panel? A longer panel, like longer panels for like something else. So I'm trying to add it up. Go in and do the math, add it up. Make sure it doesn't equal to 112. If it doesn't equal to 112, we can ship it. What about 48 by 48s? 48 by 48s. 48 by 48s would be a 100-inch screen we can ship through with no problem. I gotta break that down and see what that would be. Hold on for a minute. I need something right here. Oh, we got our phone. We got our phone on this? Phone. Yeah, because if we can do a 48, that's a 100-inch screen right there. That's what I was going to build the other screen. I was going to do a panel by panel. Let me see. Break it down again. And people are trying to come over here and get something, man. He don't get that. He don't get that freedom part. He don't understand that part. They're trying to come over here and get something. Trying to get this kids in good schools and all that stuff. I'm for that. They should have did. And you know he wasn't going to do it. Orange Man wasn't going to do it. But I think anyone's here 35 years or whatever, so and so and so. Even if you're over here for a day or whatever. If you haven't committed any crimes, you have a right to get your citizenship. That's like if I'm over in freaking Japan, which I want to do Japan. I go over in Japan. Say I'm over there for a while, right? I'm over there for like maybe 2 years over there. I didn't get my citizenship, right? And somebody decides they want all, people don't have paperwork out of the country. Regardless whether if I have something established here or not, they don't care. They want it all out, period, right? So, they say, okay, look, you've been here. You don't have anything. You haven't committed any crimes over here. You can stay. Just got to get your citizenship. Got to earn to get it. No problem. I'll go get my citizenship. I'll earn to get there. That's the way they should have did it. Not casting everybody out that doesn't have paperwork. You don't do that. If you committed a crime, yeah, you shouldn't be here at all, period. Period. If you're in U.S. soil, you're not going to be roaming the streets. If you did a crime, you're going to be in jail. So it's the same thing. All right, let me see. 48, 3 times 48. 3 times 48. Gee, that's a big screen. Well, 3 times 48 is 144-inch screen. But that's if it's 48, it's just 5 feet high. So 5 feet high, that would be too big at 5 feet high. So you would need it roughly at 48. 48. It would work. Two screens. 48 by 48 is 96. 96. 100-inch screen is around 4 feet by 7 feet, but the 4 feet by 8 feet is still better because I'll tell you why. Because you can get a 235.1 off of that and it'll fit nicely. I did it already, the wallpapers. So 2 of those sizes at 48 by 48 would equal 96 inches in length, which is the same size we use for wallpaper. But the height is 48, which would be 4 feet. That's perfect. That's exactly the same size as a 106-inch screen. That will give you 235, 1610, and 16:9. Now, crazy part is, basically, if it's 48 inches high, well, it's 48 inches or 48 inches long. So you would have 48 plus 48. And then the box being what? The box being, if you get the box at around, I say 2 inches for the box. We may barely make it past that. I gotta go in and find out. I gotta get a 48 by 40 measurement, take it in and see if it's passable. If it's passable, that'll make it easy to get 106 inches at the door. And that'll make it much cheaper to do it that way. I gotta go contact you. Did that today, but I ain't thinking about it. Alright, so I got to, when I was supposed to turn 18, I was supposed to go into the Army. I messed up. I lost my opportunity because I got locked up. But that's what I was supposed to do. Got a family for the military and I was supposed to join that group with them. I was supposed to serve and I never got the chance to because I messed it up. So I know about losing my opportunities. I feel empty when I see my brothers and sisters who have served and I see them talking about what they have done. I feel like I missed a large piece of my life. I wanted to serve my country and I lost it because I was too busy out in the street doing dumb stuff. And if I kept my nose clean, I would have been with them at the end of the day. And if I didn't, at least I died for my country at the end of the day. But I never got the opportunity to show what I could do because I dogged myself. I did something stupid. So I regret that. That's one of the regrets I have for life. People ask me what's that. The 2 regrets I have is not meeting Jesus faster, and the other one was not getting a chance to serve. Such an empty hole in my heart that I didn't get that chance. But I was out there doing dumb stuff, so I messed up. Yep. So I didn't get the opportunity. So wish I would have. So there's my regret. If I did things better, well, who knows? I've been in the military. But I'm in God's army, so that's the best thing. I love it. Every day I love it, but I wish I would have got a chance to serve. And some people say, whoa, for money? No, but about money. But about money. I wanted to serve. I wanted to be there for my country. I wanted to serve. I didn't get it. I messed up. Money had nothing to do with it. I wanted to be like the rest of my family members. are served. Oh, majority, most of them served. I even had an uncle that fought in World War II. He's passed on. Nope. I just tried to be a street thug instead and messed it up. But yeah, that hurts a lot. It does. I wanted to serve so badly and I messed it up. But, you know, in the process, at least, you know, I found my Lord and Savior at the end of the day, so it was just meant to be. I guess what it meant to be. And I did want to serve. Okay, well, the tacos music on, can pop over, take my bag over. No, it's noisy. Yes, we have tiny projector in this bag with the sample sheets in here. That's what I call my GTA bag. My GTA bag. What a taco boat too. We're gonna come back in. I'm not gonna dump it right now. Let me see. I got paint all over me. Color me gray. Color it in gray. That's the day. And color it in gray. I'm bigger. I was like, what in the world? Why are you doing weird sound? I don't know. I have no idea. Alright, cool. Right here. Let me see. I gotta get paint off my hands. Alright, people. Gee whiz, I kill batteries quick. Is that what I think it says? 5%. Yeah, wow. No, 51%. I'm good. Okay, cool. I got enough to reach out. Alright, people. I gotta go. I gotta go check this out real quick. What time we got? 30:40. So that gives me enough time to clean my hands a little bit in the bathroom. Screens are all painted in. Get that done. That background. Gotta go check out and do something over here. Family wants a panel system put in. So I got to do 2 panel systems. One for the top for his room because he has a whatchamacallit, a football room up there. So I'm going to be putting the screen up there for his football. Oh, I got to do a freaking design for freaking for New York. In Dallas. I forgot. For Dallas fans. Gah! Why? Why Dallas fans? Why? Dallas fans. Dallas. I got Dallas in my family. Some of you guys are Dallas. Not all of us bleed green over here. But this is man cave I'm hooking up. But I'm going to tell you something. I am going to leave a couple of equal stickers hidden in some places. I don't care if you Dallas fans can get upset about that. I don't care. I'm going to leave a couple of equal stickers hidden in some places like under cabinets and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to make sure our mark is there. Yes. You will accept the green. He's in Pennsylvania, by the way. Let's see. Alright, gotta go. Be safe out there, people. God bless. Boom. Double.